Hey everyone, I'm Fred Ranger and I hope you're doing good. I hope you are keeping safe. I hope that you are keeping creativity as a way to go through these very, very difficult times. And also I hope that you're fueling your passion for storytelling day in and day out. For me, I know it's been difficult, but you know what? Hitting 6,000 subscribers on this channel has been such a milestone because when I started this, I just had questions around photography and I wanted to share my learnings, my failures, some of the successes, and also start an ongoing conversation. And today I look at the very healthy debates that are going down in the comments, and also some questions that I'm able to answer, but also some questions that you guys are answering for me. And I'm learning a lot through those comments. So thank you so much for being here. Let's try to hit 10,000 in the next few months. I think this is the next milestone as a YouTuber. Again, I don't care really about the number. I'm more interested in the quality of the conversation that is happening down below. So again, I want to thank you for that. Speaking of which, I want to talk about something that is dear to my heart. And you've heard me on this channel talk about the fact that there's a big virus going on right now all around the world, but it shouldn't be draining us down when it comes to photography. I know it's harder for me. I mean, it's also winter here in Montreal, very cold, very dark, and also the snow and everything. So it's not the ideal conditions for a street photographer or a travel photographer like I am. You will actually see this camera featured a lot on my channel, and this is way back when I switched from Nikon DSLRs to the X100 and then the X Pro 2. And if you're interested in learning why, I have a video that talks about it. It's an old video, but still explains the reason why I enjoy those products so much. So now that I have the X100V, and if you're like me, you bring this camera pretty much everywhere you go. I mean, I bring this camera to the grocery store. I bring it to, of course, when we're able to go outside and take walks, and also when I go up north to the cabin. But more than the actual piece of equipment that I always have with me, it's the ability to be able to tell stories every day and just documenting my family, just some random moments that might seem today like regular day-to-day life moment, but I know, I can feel that those photos will become very important as we go through this and on the other side in a couple months, but also a couple years from now. So that's why I highly recommend you look into, and it doesn't have to be a Fujifilm camera, but something to document your day-to-day life. This is such an important time we live in, and again, you will thank me later, a couple years from now, when you look back at those photographs or those images or those stories that mean a lot to you. So without further ado, let's talk about some of the accessories that I added to this already very good camera to make it even more enjoyable and to bring the shooting experience to a whole nother level. So for me, the first accessory that you should consider when getting the Fujifilm X100V is getting that famous filter, and this is just a UV filter, just a regular filter. This I like B&W, but again, any filter will do. This is a 49mm thread, filter thread, and here's the reason why. This camera, although it is weather sealed, so all the buttons and the little doors and so on and so forth, all of this is weather sealed, but the lens itself actually moves. Like if I do this here, you'll be able to see, right? So when it focuses, it'll move in and out, and it will actually require a bit of space. So they could not make the weather sealing, because of this limitation. So you will want to get a filter on there, and it's very easy. You just remove the little ring that you get here when you get the camera. You put an adapter, and this usually comes with lens hoods. So if you buy a lens hood, you'll get one, and Fujifilm also sells one with the kit. So you just screw the filter on like this, and oh, am I doing it right here? Yeah, backward. Okay, so this is now a 100% weather sealed body with the addition of this filter. So this allows you to go outside and shoot in the rain, in the snow, if there's a sandstorm and so on and so forth. So I would highly recommend that you invest in a good UV filter to make the camera 100% weather sealed. So this is my first accessory. The second one, and it actually goes along with it, it's totally and purely cosmetic. It's, again, remember, not all of these accessories are meant to make the camera shoot better images. Sometimes it's just to get the creativity going, and it's also to, when I look at the camera, I actually want to pick it up. And for me, I've been a big fan of the Fujifilm system right here that you can see. So this is the lens hood that I bought with the original X100, and it still fits when you fit it on here, but I had a crush on the square format, or like so. So if you screw it on, and you saw I had the filter on there, so it works with a filter, you just screw it on like that, and then you have a very, very nice looking square, I would say retro type look on your Fujifilm X100. So yes, it does block some of the sun rays for that flare control, but again, it's a little bit more cosmetic than anything else. This is my second accessory. I really like it. Makes the camera look even sexier. The third accessory is one that I think is very clever. And speaking of clever things, the company is actually called, and I'm not affiliated with the company, I bought this with my own money, they're actually called Clever Supply Co. So this is the strap that I'm recommending for the Fujifilm X100, or for any actually cameras. Why? A couple reasons. The first one is that it's very comfortable, right? So it has that big and large, this is leather, real leather actually, to put around your neck, so it doesn't block your circulation or anything like that. Then you've got a nice length in terms of the length of the strap, and ultimately this is where it becomes very interesting. It comes with the Peak Design system. It's compatible with it. As a matter of fact, it comes with two little Peak Design clip, as you can see here. And this is so important because all of my cameras have that. So when I want to put the X100, I just clip it on like this, do the same thing right here, and up, I'm ready to go. Just throw it on my neck and I'm ready to go shoot outside. When I don't need to put a strap around it, if I'm in the house and I don't want to have to bother with the big strap, you unclip it just like that and you are ready to shoot without any strap. So again, highly recommend that little system. Leather, very comfortable, and again, comes with the Peak Design system, which is, again, very clever. They have the right name for their brand. This is the third accessory. And the fourth item I want to share with you is a thumb rest. You cannot imagine how good a thumb rest can be for the grip. You have to try one to actually understand. The good folks at Lensmate actually sent me the one for the X100V. I was already a big fan. I bought one for my X Pro 2 back then, and they reached out and they asked if I would give my honest opinion about the one for the X100V. This is a very, very precise cut for this specific model. I wouldn't recommend putting another one on this one. I don't know if the one for the X100T and S and F work on this one. I would actually recommend you go for the actual exact model. And if you look at what it does, it's a pretty hefty piece. This is metal. This is not plastic. I mean, there's a bunch of cheaper options on Amazon, but I would recommend you looking into the Lensmate one. And here's the reason why. First of all, it really, really fits perfectly and sits in the hot shoe of the X100. And then not only it offers a good grip here and a good way to rest your thumb with that little grippy, rubbery thing here, and very nice cut. It also opens up for you to be able to play with the ISO dial, your shutter speed, and so on and so forth. Then when you're done, you just put it back. There's also a little rubber here so you don't break the camera, and then you're ready to go. So really, really like that. This is one of my top accessories to make the shooting experience even smoother and better. And the last one, again, it's a bit more cosmetic, but it does offer some element of shooting experience improvement, It's a nice shutter release. Speaking of which, I have one that's pretty cool here. They come in different models. I mean, this is a black one. This one is also from Lensmate. They make some cool designs just like that. This is a red one with a little seahorse in there. So I really like that design. And you can just screw it right here on your shutter button. And once you're ready to go, it offers a very smooth and a very nice shutter press experience. You actually don't have to put your finger tip to press the shutter. You can actually rest your finger on it. So you rest your thumb, you rest your finger, and you are pretty much ready to go, and it makes the shooting experience very smooth. So highly, highly recommend that. So those are my 5 items that I recommend. So first off, the filter, also the lens hood, getting a good thumb rest, getting the shutter release, and that strap that is very clever system. I want to end on a book recommendation because I think that this is another way that you can keep your creativity alive during these difficult times. And for me, this one has been a, right in the bullseye type of book. I really like the work from Joshua K. Jackson, and this is the book called Sleepless in Soho. I'll put the link down below if you're interested in buying it. And this guy is just so talented. He made a very nice video with Sean Tucker explaining his process and so on and so forth. He's also affiliated with Adobe. He made some videos there, but he just shoots Soho in London at night. And it reminds me of, a bit of the Soil, lighter type of work. Very, very dark, very moody use of color and shadow and so on and so forth. I really, really enjoyed this book. So this is my book recommendation of the month. So if you have any questions about any of the gear or this book or anything related to Fujifilm and storytelling and gear, please ask them down below. Again, hit that like button if you like the content that you're seeing, and don't forget to be happy, to enjoy life, and to enjoy your accessories and books. Cheers.